I'm going to show the case from start to finish that captures everything. So here I've sped up this video because it's quite boring if you just wanted to watch this. First thing you'll notice is the little message that pops on the bottom of the screen that says this is a intraoral environment, turn on intraoral scanning. And I had that off. First time using this, so I didn't catch that. The other thing is when I'm capturing the jaw, the pre-op condition, I had the AI off. That's why you see a lot of lip and gum tissue and the tongue that's in the way. So you could turn off the AI here when you're capturing the pre-op condition. I did this for the upper and the lower. It's up to you, and definitely turn on intraoral scanning. That'll be a lot faster for you. So that was the lower arch we captured. Here's the upper arch. Again, the video is sped up. Just so you're not bored, and we're capturing, this is upper zirconia. The lower jaw was a temporary on some teeth. 4 remaining teeth were acting as abutments for that temporary, and there are a total of 6 multi-unit abutments in this equation. So scans this very readily, very quickly, very large field of view on this scanner. AI would have certainly helped. Intraoral scanning mode would have been a lot faster. No big deal. You get the concept. Let's move on to the important stuff here. So we'll capture a bite. We always advocate at Cadre, you capture a bite on the right side, capture a bite on the left side. For full archers, refrain capturing a bite in the anterior. There's a lot of detail there that we won't get into. And once you're done with this, you obviously want to verify and double check, make sure the patient's biting. Not all the way, these are temporary, so there is a little bit of a discrepancy between the upper and the lower jaw that will be fixed in the final. But we went ahead and mounted the upper jaw to the lower jaw. So after the archers are captured, or if you're anesthetizing the patient, you can do this while they're getting numb. Your assistants can be doing this if you've delegated properly. And now you've captured the upper jaw, the lower jaw, and the temporaries are coming off right now, and you have multi-unit abutments. And the next step for the shining workflow is to capture the tissue with the multi-unit abutments. The plus sign you see at the far right of those bars lets you add additional image catalogs. So if you want to bring in multiple different scans, you can add to this very readily. So the temporary has been removed, and now we're scanning the upper of the lower jaw. It's a dentulous between the canines, and then there's 6 multi-unit abutments, 3 on each side. And now this time the AI is on. You can see how much better the result is. Now there's a lot of discussion with people about whether to leave the AI on when you're scanning full arches or if you want to turn it off. Depending on the scanner. I prefer to have the AI off actually here. I don't want the software to make any assumptions for me. I want to be in complete control over the outcome. And yeah, I don't want any kind of shape shifting. I don't want the software to try and correct itself. I want it to pick up everything possible. It's pretty common with a lot of the scanners. A lot of the heavy users will say they don't want the AI functionality on at all, because it can introduce errors for them. They'd rather capture everything and then crop away the extra material they don't want in the equation. There's the AI scan right there, the button for it. So we'll continue scanning here to the contralateral side. We'll pick up those 3 multi-unit abutments. Here you have a bunch of choices based on your clinical situation. You can capture the multi-unit abutments. You can capture the healing abutments. You can capture any kind of superstructure you want on here. But this very next step is probably the Achilles heel for all users, especially new users. You need to make sure that when you capture this scan and you have the pre-op scan, you've related them to each other properly. This next step here is absolutely critical. This is where you merge the pre-op condition with the tissue condition here. This is absolutely imperative that you pay attention to, capture it accurately, relate these models to each other correctly. If you've done any bone reduction, this is immediately post-op, post-surgery, you need to make sure there's enough landmarks in the lower jaw that'll help you merge these models together. You will not be able to proceed to completion if you don't accomplish that. Super important, very critical that you capture enough data that's redundant between the pre-op and the prep so that you can relate these to each other. Do not proceed unless you've done this step. All hell breaks loose. None of your models are going to be aligned properly. Neither are your implant positions. You're in a world of hurt. Do not proceed past that step unless you're 100% sure you have merged the pre-op to the tissue scan completely and accurately. Now comes the step in the process recapturing the dominoes or the scan bodies. So here in the scan bodies, you can just capture them until they turn the silhouette of or the ghost of the scan body or the domino appears. And once that's rendered, you can stop scanning. The manufacturer recommends to capture all the points, especially some of the points around the hexes of the connection. I have not found that to be the case at all with all the testing I've done. As soon as you see it turn into that object, the domino, you are ready to go. Now this next step here is also a little bit awkward. By the way, if you want to add another group of scan bodies, you can. But with that second step right there, where if you've perhaps had too many, or you had some of them blocking each other's views, you could absolutely take another scan and then it'll merge all those together as well. Now comes this feature which helps you splice things together. You do need to do this step. You need to help now relate the dominoes. You need to help relate the tissue scan to those scan flags, and all this is super important for the design step of the process. The manufacturer wants you to tripod this. I found this to be unnecessary. I'm still debating whether this is an extra step that's not really that doesn't have a profound impact in it. I'm just following manufacturer's recommendation. I've done this numerous times with just a single splicing method, or just doing it one time, and it's worked out fine. But the manufacturer does recommend you do this 3 times: right side, left side, and center. It helps line things up. So we'll proceed in this manner. From this next step, what you're going to do is convert these markers into the multi-unit abutment scan bodies. So for this step right here is super crucial. When you convert it this way and this goes to the lab technician, they're ecstatic. Some of the photogrammetry machines spit out implant positions, and those are fixed and rigid. It takes a lot of effort for the technician to go and alter those in any way. Whereas when you give him this setup right here, a technician is in heaven. We've got the pre-op, we've got the tissue scan, we've got the scan bodies, the scan markers. Everything is in the equation, and this is very easy to take to completion and design your prosthesis to go from here. So this is a huge, a detailed overview, exactly the steps you need to take. You need to be very mindful of all the steps I detailed. You skip one step and all hell breaks loose, and the hell is when these models are not lined up correctly. It's a nightmare for a designer if you've left any of these steps out.